Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am creating an order for a customer. She ordered a design off of my website, which is called Scarlet. I'm going to be going in with MB18 for the Nude, which is by Nails Bling Supply. Going in with 2 coats of that on each nail and then letting that cure. Now I do go back over with a second coat, but only on the thumb, the middle, and the pinky, because the pointer finger and the ring finger are going to be ombre, which I'm using here. I just use a sponge. I put the red polish on it as well as the nude polish and blend it on the sponge, a little bit like ombre it on the sponge, and just dab it onto the nail. You do this with a few coats and you start seeing it coming through. Like that was the second coat. I cure it in the lamp. The first coat you can't really see all that well, but once you start putting more on, you can start seeing it. And I let them cure in the lamp for about 30 seconds and then go back in with the second coat with the sponge ombre. So I did a few coats of that, which I think I did in total like 3 or 4. Actually, I think it was like 4 coats in total to get it to where I wanted it to be at. But yeah, I love doing this method because I hate dragging out my airbrush gun all the time. I do love the airbrush, don't get me wrong. I love using the airbrush. It's just such a pain sometimes when you only have like 1 nail or 2 nails that you need that done on. So I just use a makeup wedge sponge and do it this way. It's much quicker and it still turns out the exact same, I think, and it still looks beautiful as an ombre. So once that's all done, I'm going in with some black, and the thumb, middle, and pinky are going to all be a black fringe. I wanted to pop in and say that if you see me doing the French on this middle nail and then like wiping some off with acetone, it was because I noticed that I did it a little too low. I did the French a little too low versus the thumb. The French was a little bit high. So I just take some acetone on a brush and went in and cleaned it up to make it match, the thumb. I had brought that down a little too low, and I think I end up doing it on the pinky as well. I tend to do that sometimes, and that's just what I struggle with French. I still struggle with French to this day. I have gotten a lot better with French as I do them a lot. So I have gotten a lot better with it. It's just sometimes I end up making like this. I end up doing one of the Frenches up higher, and then the rest of them I'll end up doing like a little bit lower. And instead of just erasing the whole entire thing off, I just learned how to take a brush and some acetone and clean it up, which that was used to be a nightmare for me as well. And I'd mess up, but I've gotten a lot better with that too. So that's what you seen me doing there. I was kind of just fixing it, and you can see the pinky is a little bit low. So I go in and fix that up as well, bring it up a little bit higher to match. But yeah, so if you struggle with French, just know you are not alone. I still do to this day. So now I'm going in on the two nails that are ombre and starting to put the design on that I had done, which is one little hibiscus flower. This is the easiest way for me to do those hibiscus flowers, is by putting the two dots all around in the circle of how like big I want the flower to be or how small I want the flower to be, and then put the little dot on top, and then take a liner brush and just pulling the lines in and making like several lines to it. I don't know, that's just the easiest way for me to do it. And they turn out cute. The rest of the design is just like some lines and dots just to make it look, like a little tropical. So that is all I'm doing for the for the pointer and the ring finger. So now that the design is all down on the nails, I'm going back in with a buffer and just buffing where I plan on putting some charms down. This just helps to adhere the charms to the nails, like with the glue. The original design was done on a much longer nail. She wanted this in a medium coffin, so I couldn't fit all of the charms on there, so I had to kind of like play around with it and see what I could fit on it, but it still worked out in the end. So I like to use this nail glue dryer that I got off of Amazon. You just spray a little bit onto the nails. I did it off camera because it needs to be done in like a well ventilated area because this stuff does smell pretty strong. So I kind of just did it off to the side and sprayed them, and you can see it doesn't leave like any residue or anything, and I'm just feeling to see that the nails are strong, or that the charms are strong. And then I go back in with some more rhinestone glue. It's called Gem Grip, and I take this and go around all of my charms. As you can see in my previous videos, I go around all of my charms because I know that it helps with like not getting the charms caught in your hair and on blankets or your shirts or things like that, especially your hair running up underneath of the charms. So I do this to fill in all of those gaps to prevent that. So yeah, that is what I'm doing here, and then just gonna let that cure. And now I'm going in with a top coat by Nails Bling Supply and going to top coat all of the nails all around the charms. I don't really care about putting like top coat on the tiny rhinestones that you see, but I do make sure that I go around the bigger rhinestones. Now for the middle finger, the star, and the lips and all, I will top coat that to maintain their color and everything, so that they continue to still be shiny and pretty. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm finishing this set up, and of course after I top coat, I always file at the end so they get that nice crisp shape. I'm not one to like put top coat on the edges or anything after I file. It doesn't need to. The gel or anything doesn't lift up or anything like that, and I like to have nice crisp edges on my nails, so I always file after everything is completely done. But this is the finished look, and they turned out absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. bye.